below you on the first floor, Karen, who has the Nissan, who parks because
They have to report it.
No,
to
she got
management.
permission. Well, she told them that she was going to do it, and nobody gave her a problem about it.
I'm just telling you.
Jim has 3 cars, and he himself told me that he got permission to have 3 cars. So how come I couldn't get permission to protect my car from the sun? Just for...
Because you only have 1 car. You don't have 3 cars. He got permission to have an extra truck because that's what he uses for work. Everyone gets 2 cars maximum. He
Well,
got
they have
permission for
3
the
cars.
truck. Well, because he has to use the truck for work, and I guess he got permission. I didn't even know about that actually. But with you only have 1 car, and you want to use 2 spaces for it, and you can't do that. It's different from everyone else's situation. Okay.
There's plenty of visitor spots.
It doesn't make any difference.
Wait, but
Then you got to change the bylaws. I mean, if you have 1 car, you can't use up 2 spaces for it. I keep trying to say
it has
that.
to do with how we treat each other.
No, it doesn't. It has to do with rules and regulations.
It
That's
has
all
to
that
do
there
with
is.
someone coming home for lunch to park their car in the shade so it doesn't get hot, and then leaving an hour
that's what you
later
don't
and getting
understand.
fined $20 for it when there's 10 empty spots.
That's what you don't understand. It goes by the rules and the regulations, and it doesn't make a difference if it's just because you don't want to park your car in the sun.
For an hour.
It doesn't
in the
matter.
daytime when no one is
It doesn't matter.
here.
Can you give me a written guarantee that there aren't going to be enough cars there to use up the visitors'
No one
spots?
complains.
We can't go by
No
how
one
many are
complains
empty.
about all of these illegal parked cars, but they complain about me. You don't see a...
We've been towing McNair because we're fed up with them and they're squatting, and we want to get them the hell out of the
I've
unit.
never seen a tow truck take a McNair car.
We have been towing McNair. I know
Well,
that for a fact.
but that's my point.
Because they called and complained, and we said, "Are you the owner?" and they hung up on us.
Paul said to me that even if it's for an hour
Stop.
during lunchtime when there's a completely empty parking lot,
It's
it doesn't
true.
matter.
It's true, because there is a bylaw, a house rule, that you cannot take 2 parking spaces if you only have 1
And
car.
even though...
It doesn't matter if there's extra ones there. Because
Okay, but everyone else does it. Karen does it. The cop does it.
then
Bruce used to
report
do
that
it.
to management.
Why did they only report me?
I don't know, but if you're upset,
Isn't it
report
obvious
them.
that it's a personal thing?
I'm
But,
not going to second guess what's going on. You can report other people too.
well, I'm taking them to court on the 7th.
No,
And
you
I'll
can't.
say it to a judge. Because I believe it's a personal matter.
All right, whatever. I
And
mean,
the only reason that I'm still talking, and I thought that resolved it, but because I did that, I had to talk to the police. Did I told you about that? The police were at my door
Oh, I remember, yeah,
at
you
11
did
o'clock
tell me,
at
yeah.
night, threatening to arrest me for harassment because a note on the floor said, "Dear students of Christ the King," because I'm writing an essay about how adults bully each other.
Yeah, but that was harassment of her where she works.
Harassment? No,
Oh,
me
oh,
taking out my
robbing.
garbage and a piece of paper falling on the floor that says, "Dear students of Christ the King,"
No, but
that's not harassment.
That was a letter you're writing to
No
where
letter.
she works.
"Dear students of Christ the King." That's all it said. That's all it said.
They thought you were writing a letter to where she works, and that is harassment, and that could make
No,
her
no, no.
lose her
No, no.
job. And given the financial situation everyone's in, you can't do something to make someone lose their job.
Oh, really?
That's why they called the
Lose the
police.
job? No, no, no. It's called, how can this person bully me? It's the truth. It's called, I don't have money to fix my teeth, but I have to pay $120 because they think it's funny. They laughed. They laughed. You know that they did this to me personally.
I'm not going to take one side of the matter on this.
Well, I don't need you to take my side. I know that I'm right. I just need to deal with now the fact that he's involved Hillcrest lawyers, which is a whole other potential charge, or hopefully not. But if lawyers were consulted, then I mean this is because I come.
What do you expect him to do? I don't know if he.
I told him. I said, please just make this go away. I said in the nicest way. He said, I'll see what I can do. Next thing I know, I got Louboutin up my butt.
He can't get rid of the fines. He can't. He alone doesn't control the fines.
Then he can pay for them.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you, you don't see you understand what I'm saying, you just don't agree with me. Every time you bring this up, I end up saying the same thing.
There's an empty parking lot. Louboutin has pitted us against each other for 10 years that I've been here. We've never been late with common charges. I come home for lunch and I say to Paul, I'm only there for an hour to keep the car cool because it's breaking down inside. I cut my hand on the handle when it broke, and you know that.
I know
And the
that
point is he said, it doesn't matter. The rules are the rules. He said it just like that, like a 5-year-old in 5th grade.
He's got a point.
What's the point?
Rules are the rules.
He's bullying me. Why doesn't he say that to Karen? Why doesn't he say that to the cop? Why doesn't he say that to...
Then you need to say it. You need to call management and report
No,
the ones
I
that-
need to be involved with my own life and not worry about my neighbors and making trouble with my neighbors, which is all that they are doing. It's a vendetta that Robin has had against me for years.
I know you don't get along and you fight with each other and you do nasty things to each other. But
What nasty things
but
do we do to
this-
it? Wait,
but
no.
this is
What
legit-
nasty thing did I do to Robin ever?
What, the yelling and screaming in the hallway? You
Yelling
have
and screaming in the
don't
hallway?
you have tape on YouTube about you and your neighbors fighting with each other? I saw the videos you put
No,
up on
you hear
YouTube.
me calmly asking, why are they doing this to me? And they're breaking down my door. That's me being harassed. That's me being bullied. That's me being, like, having my time wasted. And somehow that turns into you saying me yelling and screaming. Do you see how that's why it's a problem? I don't do shit to these people, and they, for years, have caused trouble. I call my neighbors welfare mothers. Carol and Robin showed them to make them mad to try to break my door down. That's not me. What do you think?
Why-
I want to
why are
fight
you
with the
posting
stupid
stuff
people?
on the internet and calling them welfare mothers and doing all that?
Wait,
You're
what
provoking
about
stuff.
the internet?
You're posting all the slanderous stuff on the internet on your website.
No
and
slanderous
on
stuff.
YouTube.
Truth.
But you're provoking all this.
Provoking what?
Yes, because when they see that, they get pissed.
You're the
and they
first
yell
person
and
to
scream
tell me
at
that
you.
anyone has even looked at the internet.
Well, I have. I checked it out and saw what you had up there. I know the board knows what you have up there, and they're all on the
No one's
internet.
ever said anything to me.
But they get pissed off at you.
Oh, really?
and
So why don't
that's
they say, hey, why don't we, like, call it a truce and we'll leave you alone and you take that down?
Because they don't want to choose.
Oh, because that would be too civilized?
Maybe you're dealing with
I pray to God to just get out of here. I can't afford to leave here. That's the only reason I'm still here.
Well, I'm just saying, when you do stuff like that, you
Do
get
stuff
them-
like what? In reaction to being bullied and beaten up by these disgusting people? You think I started this? Do you think I would even give them the time of day? Why would I talk to Robin and Paul ever for anything except to just, like, be neighborly and take pictures when their car gets dented? Or I've done lots of good things for those people, in fact.
I told you I'm not taking sides in this. You're asking me
There is only one
questions.
side. There's my side. I'm right. They beat up on me. They charge me money unfairly. And then I try to resolve it in court. And then they have to bring, like, involve lawyers where my mom is going to be responsible for charges. Are you kidding me?
I'm not saying they're bringing lawyers. I don't know what they're planning on doing.
Well, I thought
I thought I was going to end up being a witness, but it turns out I don't have to go. So,
a witness to what?
to the bylaws and the fact that you were parked illegally and that it was a legitimate fine and all that, because it really was. I can't be a witness to the feud going on.
Well, we could let the judge decide, right? And how much you want to
What's
bet?
he going to decide if it's in the bylaws? I mean, if it's right
Aaron
there in
and
black
I,
white, there's nothing to
Lubitai's
decide.
tenant, were switching spots for 2 years. Aaron was parking in my spot, and I was parking in his spot,
Yeah, and when you complained
or
about
in the
it,
parking. And we never had any problem for
well,
2 years.
between owners, you can switch spots. That's not taking 2 spaces with 1 car. That's a difference. He's using your space and you're using Aaron's. You're not taking an extra space.
Exactly. That's why it was such a brilliant plan until Lou told him we couldn't do it anymore.
Well, Lou's the owner. He has a right
Suddenly.
to do that.
Well, why would he do that?
Well, 'cause he's
Why-
a
why is he
bastard. What do
worried
you
about
want from
that?
me? I know he's a bastard. I've been trying to get rid of him for years.
Okay.
You know, I know that, but that wasn't against the bylaws. You never got fined. Right. But Lou owns the apartment.
And so
the
we were
parking
fine
space.
until Lou and Paul ganged up on me and made sure that I got fined because and I have Aaron admitting that, and Aaron might come to court with me. So there's my proof. We were fine, and then all of a sudden they chose to focus on me. Aaron, before we did that, was parking in the visitor's spot for a long time, and he didn't know that
And
he
nobody
couldn't.
reported him. And then once
Nobody
you,
reported him.
right, and once you
Why
brought
should
it
they
up-
report him?
Well, because it's illegal. And once they
He's not in anyone's way, so why look for trouble when there's no trouble? That's the part that I just don't understand why you don't see that.
I
Hi.
gotta walk Jim's dog in 2 minutes. So I gotta-
Thanks for the
Yeah.
chit chat.
Thank you.